I think even saying poverty, the word, makes you numb with boredom. AIDS, they've lost their cachet, they've lost their grip. So you constantly have to find new language that isn't deadened and find new ways of expressing it. And when you say 50,000 children die unnecessarily in Africa,
Yeah, people's eyes just
when you
glaze
consider,
over.
if you say more than the total dead in the Second World War, if you consider the entire population of England dead from one condition, and then hunger kills more people every year in Africa than war, AIDS, TB, malaria and polio combined, hunger. To die of want in a world of surplus is not only intellectually absurd, but morally repulsive. And if aid and debt relief does occur in a country, we see immediate results. You also see that if you have genuine governance, let's say in Botswana or Mozambique, you get 10% growth per annum.
How do you deal with the fact that some of these regimes, and we've got to be real, some of these regimes are not putting the needs of their own people first? Yeah. In those cases, how do we get aid and debt relief to them?
Make it conditional on transparency and accountability. That's viable so long as it's on structural change, because the structures of governance aren't present in a lot of African countries. So as a result, you get corruption.
Yeah.
And the deal is this.
But can we afford to wait until countries are sufficiently uncorrupt when there's such a crisis going on?
I think we must have to accept that we'll have to do with free-ish and fair-ish. Instead of kicking away the ladder to those trying to come up, say, let me reach down and give you a hand. And that's what's happening this year. Maybe we can do it. I'm not a woolly-eyed idealist. I'm really not. I'm essentially a pragmatist. I don't go into gestural politics, If there's a president or a prime minister, he represents his country. I must respect that. I may not like the guy, but I must respect his position. And he's the one I have to negotiate with. Listen, I've sat out on presidential verandas in the dark African nights with my guitar and played Bob Marley songs with a president who's torturing people 3 floors below us, to get him to stop doing that and to change his mind. And it's worked.